Okay, welcome back to Halloween Homestead, and this is the property tour of our new place. I don't know how long it'll take. I will try not to make it too long. I'm standing right behind the house right now, so I guess I'll just start from here. So let me see if I can flip this camera around. All right, yeah, this is just the back of our house. So the previous owners, I guess they technically sold us for cheap this backhoe. It is not running, but Jacob has been watching a lot of videos, and we had a school bus at the last house and he got it running a couple times, and also a Suburban, and he never got them to the point where they were running well, but as he gets older, he's up to the challenge. And they left some other stuff here too that I think some of it they're coming back for, and we have a great big barn garage thingy. I don't know what those are called actually, but the roof up here at the top, we've got some more of that metal. He never really completed that, and so Jacob wants to finish that. So he'll just kind of pan around the backyard. Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie's coming with me. Bon. So yeah, there's just some stuff that they left back there. Some of it they probably will leave, but like the vehicles, they're either selling to Jacob or will come and get eventually. That's Jacob's hammock. It's too cold right now to sleep out here, but he has slept out here some. So I'll just start over here and go around. I guess I'll walk around the property. You know, I haven't actually walked around the perimeter yet. It's 10 acres, like in a square shape. I don't remember how many feet that is. 660 maybe? I don't remember. I could be wrong. So this is kind of a dry creek bed. If it rains a lot, or if the big creek that's right over there overflows, then it'll come down to this dry creek bed and wash down there. I can't even see, it's so bright, but it washes down there to the pond. And so the previous owner had done a little bit of work on this, put some rocks in here, and there's like this, some kind of tarp thingy. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's a big tarp basically. He was going to try to make a little pool out of this. I don't know if it was for the purpose of swimming, or I'm not sure exactly why, but let's walk around here. I don't really have the best shoes on for this, but at least it's probably too cold for snakes. We have a few venomous ones around here, but we haven't seen one yet. And I apologize now for the shaky camera. I don't have one of those selfie sticks or whatever, so I'll try not to shake it too much, but I don't know if it's even possible to really hold it still, especially while I'm walking around. Hey, Jesse. Okay, so this is the dry creek bed. I'll try to walk down there. Let's see. I don't have the best shoes on for this. I'll just stop here. I don't want to video everything, just me walking. But anyway, you can see it goes down to there, down there to the pond. And the property still goes back that way a little bit to the west. And I haven't been out there that far yet. Like I said, about 10 acres. And we're almost in the middle of it here. So I love this terrain though. The rocks and the hills and all the water. I just love it. Getting closer. I just fell too. It wasn't bad. I basically just kind of sat down. And it comes out here to the pond. I think the pond is up a little bit because we have gotten some rain recently. And the creek is up too, but it didn't flood. So our plan with this is we're probably, and there's several different things we could do, but I think we're probably going to we've got a good solar power system. So I think we're going to get like a sump pump type thing and pump it up there a few hundred feet and then just let it run back down here, and it'll oxygenate and clean itself. It'll filter out a little bit, and hopefully the water will clear up. We've got quite a bit of fish in there. I guess we'll just walk through the woods here to the west. And there is a fence, but that's not the edge of our property, so I'm not sure why that one was there, but it looks like it's been there a while. So we're in the Ozarks, and this is actually one of the smaller rocks, but all this green stuff, I honestly don't know what that is. But they are everywhere, these big, huge rocks. There's some there.
Jill got some of these mushrooms the other day when we were in the pouring rain.
She loves mushrooms, so she's trying to learn all about them.
Yeah.
So let's go that way.
He's finding mushrooms everywhere.
And this may be the west boundary of our property. I bet it is. I haven't, like I said, I haven't walked around here yet. We could probably walk around there, get some mushrooms or rocks if we wanted to. It's an older gentleman that lives next door, and I never really see him out, so if he does go out, it's probably just to take care of the few animals that he has. A couple horses and a couple of dogs, I think, is all he's got. And then he probably stays inside most of the time. Bon, what are you doing? Jesse, keep an eye on her. Don't let her go too far. Anyway, so yeah, there's the pond up there, and right on the other side of the pond is the front of the property and the road. We'll walk around somewhere. Okay, we're heading back south, or not south, north. To the north side of our property, there's a whole bunch of those rocks I was talking to you about. We've got more here, and those are on our side of the fence. They're huge. Good thing we've got a tractor. Yeah, the people who sold us this house, they said the tractor stays with the house. This place needs a tractor. So we have already used it a lot, and we'll be using it a lot more. Got another mushroom, huh?
Yep.
Got some rocks there.
It's frozen.
Well, it's above freezing right now, but it has been cold.
He's finding mushrooms everywhere.
Let's go see what this thing back here is. It's on his side. Some big metal thing. I can't tell what it is. And this too, it looks like that was part of a, I don't know, some kind of machine. Maybe a tractor? I don't know what that is. I don't know what it was used for. Some kind of tank. And then there's the fence, so I don't want to, I could go over there, but I don't really need to. I just love it. I just love the way that looks. Alright. Keep walking to the north.
This way?
Yeah.
It's like,
Is that some roofing? Yeah, from our roof. Like what they had left over?
yeah.
I think so. And it might be the same stuff that's on the side of that barn workshop thing. I don't know what it's called. Is it the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cut at an angle that seems to line up with that. There's another big metal thing. I don't know what that is. Careful, girl. Huh. I'm sure Jacob will find a use for that. He's got lots of ideas. He's got an engineer brain. He has been very creative in the past. And is, I mean, his mind is going about all kinds of stuff right now. He's got all these ideas, but he's been sick for a few days. So, and now it's cold. So now he's just kind of waiting until he gets better, gets to feeling better. And then maybe get out here on the milder days. We don't really have harsh winters here in Oklahoma, but we definitely do have some very, very cold snaps. You know, sometimes it'll last a couple days, sometimes a couple weeks, but it definitely gets cold here. It just doesn't stay cold. We have some, I don't know what the average temperature is in the winter, but we got some pretty average, or some pretty mild winters. A few years ago, 2 houses ago, when I started this channel, we were washing laundry by hand for 8 people. And I remember washing in January. It was cold, but it wasn't, oh goodness. As I was saying, it was cold, but it wasn't so cold that we couldn't do it. It was, you know, many days in the afternoon especially were above freezing, and so we would just wait for nicer temperatures. And yes, we did get behind because hand washing for 8 people was very, very difficult. It was more of an experiment than anything. But at the time, we didn't have a washer and dryer. So we thought, well, hey, now's as good a time as any to experiment. So we did it. I think for about 1.5 years, we washed all of our laundry by hand. And we did get behind. And after about 1.5 years or so, we found a used washer and dryer that we could afford and went that route. But it was definitely a good experience for all of my kids. No one really enjoyed it, but we have equipment, not that you necessarily need equipment to wash by hand, but we have equipment to help us get our clothes clean if we need to wash them by hand. So it was a really good experience. I don't know how far back it goes. Are we almost to the fence, Jesse? Have you been back here?
No, I've never been back here.
I know, I love it. All these rocks, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Literally just all over the property. And our 43 acres, I have a couple videos on that too from 3 years ago when we first bought it. Maybe I'll put those on here too. It basically looks like this. I don't think we even walked the whole 43 because it's quite a bit. And my phone died at the top of the mountain. Okay, it's an Oklahoma mountain. No judgment. Oklahoma has mountains. They're just not as tall as the Rockies or whatever. But look at these rocks. And you can't dig in this ground because they're full of rocks. This is the Ozarks. These are the Ozark Mountains. And yes, they are in Oklahoma. We're close to the Arkansas border. We're about probably 5 miles or so as the bird flies. Straight shot. But I do love these rocks. Difficult to move, but we do have a tractor. And we've got some ideas of what we can do with them. It kind of makes me think of like when I went to summer camp as a kid. There was this, I don't remember what they called it, just like a rock tabernacle. And they had rocks kind of set up in bleacher format. And that's where we'd go for like our morning devotions. It was pretty cool. I wouldn't mind having something like that here. But yeah, that's to the north. Not too far. I can't see the fence from here, but it should be just right through there somewhere. And there's somebody living back there, but I don't know how far. I'll have to go back there sometime. I'm very curious. You can see that van right there. previous owners have it for sale, I believe. So it won't be staying there. And through all those trees, I don't know what's going on. But through all those trees is the house, so that's looking to the south. And I think she just heard Bonnie. I think that's all it was. Boy, they bark at everything. More great big boulders.
This is the biggest rock I've seen so far.
Yeah, that one's pretty big. Bonnie's following you. Okay, we're still walking to the east. The leaves are all falling, so they're covering up a bunch of holes. We gotta be really careful where we step.
I hate when I have this stuff in trees.
There's a lot of cedar out here. A ton of oak, but there's a lot of cedar as well. This is cedar.
I climbed this pine tree once.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Which house?
I was about to swim in the tree
Oh, is it here?
when we were camping.
Uh-huh. Over at the 43?
Yeah. We were camping before we even found out about this camping.
Yeah.
We were camping. Me and Joe decided to climb trees, so we climbed one like that.
You were so much like me, Jesse. I was outside all the time, and I loved climbing trees when I was a kid. To be fair, I think if I had access to electronics and was allowed on them, like if we had smartphones back then or tablets, me and probably most other kids would probably be on them if we had access to them, if we had them. We didn't have them when we were kids. I hear so many people post, like a picture of this or a picture of a creek or whatever. This was my Xbox when I was a kid. Yeah, whatever. If you had an Xbox, you'd be playing on it.
Mama, look. Mushrooms.
Yep, there's a lot of them right now.
These mushrooms that are some are green.
There are quite a few. Do you see somebody? Oh yeah, who is that? Is that Jack? Jack and Joe, I think, are coming. I thought I saw Jack too.
Are you the kind of mushroom?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know mushrooms very well. I think I've seen those a lot.
These are mushrooms.
They probably are.
I've seen mushrooms like this. I dropped it again. It fell off.
I'm hoping we can find a spring somewhere on our property. That would be awesome. This looks like I don't know if I'd call it a creek, especially because it's completely dry, but it looks like water runs through here, like a natural swale or something. I don't know. I gotta learn all the terms of all these natural landscape things. Tropical. What am I trying to say? You know what I mean? Like, what's that bitch called? Huh? Okay, I thought I saw Jack. Was he not coming? Oh, I thought I saw him. Maybe it was just Joe. Joe, you're getting bigger. I thought you were Jack. Joe's about to turn 13 in November. This month. As of today, while filming, tomorrow is November 1st. Might get this uploaded today. We'll see. So many rocks. I just love that.
Finally a clear spot. A clear-ish spot.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Okay. I'll walk back up towards where all the buildings are and film a little bit more. This is all just woods. Very rugged. I love it. Okay, I don't know how close we are here to the east side of the property, but it's got to be right around here somewhere. I just don't see any fence. It's so pretty out here. I just love it. Everybody probably gets sick of me saying that, how beautiful it is out here. This is, it's not too far from where I grew up at. And I didn't live like in the hills and in the woods like this place. But I was close to it. And we weren't too far from the Arkansas River. We swam in the Arkansas River plenty of times. But this is just what I love. I love, like when I talk about living in the mountains, I'm talking about the Ozarks, the Oklahoma mountains. The Rockies are awesome. The Smokies are awesome. But this is what I love, right here. This is the Oklahoma Ozarks. Right, Bon Bon? She ignores me. She just runs and does what she wants. The dogs are barking, going a little crazy. And I heard a truck or something, so I have no idea who it is. I need to hike it down there and see what's going on. I don't think it was Jacob. I'll get there eventually. Jesse is like, I feel like I'm lost. We're not lost. It's just 10 acres. Our last place was 5 acres. So I say our last one. Our last home, not referring to the rental. We just lived there for a few months. Alright, I gotta figure out a quicker way down. Yeah, the dogs were going crazy. I think I caught a glimpse of a UPS truck. Almost there. Oh my goodness. Those dogs. That's only our second delivery, other than just the mailbox. FedEx came yesterday. And it was only a partial delivery, so that may be what UPS was bringing. Okay, I gotta find another way over. I might be able to get over that wire right there. Yeah, there's a low spot. Okay, I came from up there, and I guess this must be the east side of our property. But I never crossed any fencing back there, so maybe it didn't go all the way back or something. I don't know. A ladder. At first, when I saw these, I thought they were our kids' bikes. But we didn't have that many. And one of the kids said that the previous owners, they've got grandkids. I guess they just piled them up here and they didn't work anymore. It's exciting and sad at the same time. But I hate seeing things, whether it's a bike or an old building. I hate seeing things not being used. But we may be able to use them. We can fix them up and use them. So this is our driveway, part of it. These rocks are everywhere. The great big ones that I was showing you, like that, as well as all of these little ones. And they're in the creek too. This is what the creek is lined with, the bottom of it. Okay, since we're here, our solar power system. This is an in-phase system. And I think it's about a year old. And so a guy was out here from in-phase servicing it yesterday. There are 52 panels. And I think he said they're 450 watts. Is that right? I'm still trying to learn about solar. I knew a little bit. I knew basics, but now that we have our own system, I got to really understand it. You know what I'm saying? This is a very expensive system. If we had bought solar on our own, there's no way we would have bought such a huge system because it's kind of expensive. And it's not paid off yet. So that's the downside. But since we do have it, it produces, like yesterday it was producing 12,000 watts, 12 kilowatts, and we were using like 800. So it's producing more than we're using. However, the batteries are not working properly. They still are under warranty. So they'll I think there's 7 of them. 7 that aren't working right, and then 2, they were questionable. So we might get 9 new ones. Don't know for sure. Hopefully we'll find out in the next day or 2. But once the batteries are replaced and they're working properly, we should have a really nice system that we will be able to rely on and not be. We are still connected to the grid, but we won't have to rely on the grid. And during the daytime, like I said, right now with the sunshine on it, there's a little bit of shadows, but in full sun, we produce way more than we use. So, and it's been cold, so the heater's been on, and the kids always leave the lights on. You know, there's going to be stuff like that, but we're producing way more than we use. So there's our driveway, and there's some cedar. It's been chopped down, cut down. So, girl, Straby. I did not name her. Her name is Straby because she was a stray. So, we have these automatic bird feeders. That's another thing I got to learn more about. Probably not something that we would have bought, but since we have them, that's fine. We'll use them. Jacob said yesterday that one of them was kind of clogged up, so we need to get that cleaned out and probably fill them both up again. I think one of them might be empty or low, but they just love it. See, they hang out here waiting for it. The 2 handsome gentlemen right there. Jack. Hey, Jack. Joe. Joe's sitting down. You're handsome too. Just hush. Go around there. Oh my goodness. The kids have learned how to talk with the birds, and they have conversations with them. And sometimes I don't know which is louder. My kids or the birds. Talk to them, Joe. They make different kinds of noises and just have conversations with them. So, the previous owner was saying that this area, see right on the other side of those trees, you can kind of tell where the fence is. That's the road. He was saying that this is a nice sunny spot to put a garden. I don't know if I want to put a garden up here. It's kind of far from the house. And I will very likely have to do a bunch of raised beds because of all the rocks. So I need to figure it out pretty quickly because I know tomorrow's November 1st. I still have time, but I also need to, maybe do a weed barrier of some sort. And, yeah, I need to get that going. I got to figure out where I want to put it and how I want to do it. There's stuff everywhere. And there's trash everywhere, too. They burned their trash, which I have nothing against. I just didn't like the location of it. It was right on top of the pond. You can see the house up there. So it was between the house and the pond. There's probably tons of microplastics in there. And I'm not an environmentalist or anything like that, but I do want to take care of what we've got, And I just think that was a bad spot to burn. But, he's a little bit older. He's retired, and he's just trying to do stuff that's easy and cheap. So I can't fault him for that. It's definitely easier and cheaper just to burn it right there. It's a Ninja Turtle thing. Oh my goodness. So here's the back side of a coop, and obviously we need to put some fencing. We need to put some fencing up around here so that I can actually close these girls in. Hi girls. How you doing? Most of these are ones that we brought here. Hey, will you hush? What? Those two geese they haven't fully integrated yet with these geese. So those two are the ones that we brought. And these 7 were already here. And I think they're still young. Come on. Come on, go get in the water. Oh my goodness. There's the house up there. So I get away from the birds if I can. They'll follow me. We still have one more vehicle of ours to get here. It's not running right now. So we left it at a neighbor's house. He was gracious to let us keep it there for a bit. Gotta get that. Here's the tractor that they left at the house. I don't know for sure, but I think it's only about a year old. And it works great. So we've got a tractor and a backhoe if Jacob can get that running. That side-by-side up there is still belongs to the previous owners. They're gonna get it. So yeah. And he's told me that there are 3 wells. Oh, get this. He said there's 3 wells on this property. And Miles was saying that this isn't what he's calling a well, but it leads to a well. I'm not sure. I haven't really checked it out very well. But somewhere in here is one. I don't know where the other 2 are, but we are on county water. Is that not the most ridiculous thing? We have a pond, a creek, and supposedly 3 wells, and we are paying for our water through the county. Oh, that's just crazy. And I think that's crazy too, because we're paying electricity. Our first bill, because we're having the problems with the batteries, our first bill was like just a little under $300. And then we've only been here like 3 weeks. So, man. Yeah, we got to fix those problems. I want to do rain catchment, but I think one of the wells is a deep water well. We just need to put a pump in it. Hi, Sissy. Sissy is old. And she's a very sweet girl, aren't you? Very sweet girl. She loves being petted. She doesn't get around as well as the other dogs. Okay, I think that's really about it. We got a nice screened-in porch, probably maybe 16 by 16-ish. Pretty good size, and it's completely filled right now, as is the inside of our house, because we have no more room for anything. So we went from all of my mom's stuff. You know, when she was living with my dad and my dad's parents before they died, she had that household. And then she got remarried and she had a bunch of stuff from that household. And then our house, and then the rent house, we had to clean out 2 houses to move here. Just from those 2 houses, it was almost 4,000 square feet. And I love this house, but it's only 1,400 square feet. So, yeah, it's like almost a third of what we had. And we've got these buildings out here. I'll go show you the buildings. But we just don't have the space. It's only got 2 bedrooms. They're full. The porch is full. And the inside, right on the other side of that door and those windows, it's so cluttered in there. We have no space. So we'll figure it out. One box at a time, I guess. So we have this barn, like one of those portable buildings. And honestly, some of the stuff is previous owners. Like I said, they left quite a bit. I think they've taken mostly what they wanted and left some for us to deal with, I guess. Oh, oh my goodness. Belle had another litter about 3 or 4 days ago. And I gotta get this one. But there were 4 of them. The only female did not survive. And kids are upset about that. Not like real upset. They have experienced loss in animals before because we've had so many. But they were a little, a little bit upset, a little disappointed. Peek in here real quick. Okay, just wanted to make sure Jacob wasn't in here. Jacob has made this his home. I don't even know what that is. I guess it's a shoebox. Not sure. But anyway, I'm making Jonathan, my oldest son, a quilt that looks like that. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I think it was from shoes. I don't know. Huh. Anyway, yeah, he's got all of his belongings out here. He doesn't have a ton. And so this is where he's made his home. And, I mean, looks pretty cozy. It's probably only about, I was going to say 8 by 8, but maybe like 8 by 6. I don't know, because that wall doesn't look very wide. I don't know how many inches go between those. So maybe somebody else could figure it out. But it's got 2 windows that he can open as needed. See, he's got some guns sticking up there. Yeah, he was excited when he first decided to make this his bedroom or house or whatever you want to call it. He goes, yeah, it's perfect. I can just step out here in the morning and hop on the tractor. I think the tractor was right over there at the time. Yeah, it's pretty funny. He is in heaven here. He just loves it. All of the things he has to work on. And even though we don't have as much square footage here, we're still pretty comfortable, We'll work on gaining more square footage by clearing stuff out, and then eventually we want to add on. But it's not a priority. We only have 2 bedrooms. For when Miles is here, there's 8 of us. So there's 7 on a regular basis. And 8 on the weekends or every other weekend. So it's tight, but we all have a place to sleep. And they left their living room furniture, which is a couch with 2 recliners, and then another 2 recliners, individual chairs. So we have 4 recliners in the living room. Plus my mom has her lift recliner. So we have 5 recliners. My mom's got a bed. And we actually bought a bed from them because they didn't want to move it and sold it to us cheap. And it's a Tempur-Pedic adjustable queen size bed. So yeah, we got it pretty cheap. And it seems like it's almost brand new. It's like $300 for the frame and the mattress. It's really nice. So that's my bed. And I have to share it with Miles when he comes to visit. I haven't even looked in here yet. Looks like a pretty nice building though. Don't know what that is. But those right there, I don't know what that is. I don't know if he's coming back for any of this or not. But it looks like a pretty nice little tool shed. I can't talk. And he just had so much stuff. I love those old Oklahoma license plates that say Oklahoma is okay. They were everywhere when I was a kid. Every once in a while I'll still see one. Alright, we'll go back to this building. It's nice out here today. It's a little bit breezy and it's a little bit cool, but it's not too bad. I think Jacob bought a couple of trucks from him, but I don't know which two. Maybe 3, I don't remember. And he bought some trucks, and it's been cold and he's been sick, so he hasn't even done anything. Okay. I thought he already took this. I know he's keeping this, the previous owner. An old ambulance. Not cool. So he's keeping this, and he'll be coming back for it soon. A lot of junk in there. Actually, it looks like it's just, I don't know what this round thing is, but that's just a seat there. It's pretty neat. And here's the building. Gotta put some more of that metal up there. I don't know if he's taken any of this stuff, but he did mention that he's leaving a bunch of tools. So he may be leaving some or all of this stuff. I don't know. Quite a bit. So we're going to close that off. And then I didn't even notice this has a door, so I don't know if that door works or not. But looks like somebody put some bullet holes in the side. Huh, that's not nice. Pretty sure it wouldn't have been the owner. Some up there too. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's not bullet holes. I don't know. But yeah, we'll seal it in really well. And it's got this concrete slab, so nice little place. Nice little garage here. He said, yeah, you could fit 4 cars in there. But if you had 4 in here, you wouldn't be able to move around them and work on them very well. 1 or 2 you could. I like that cabinet. A little fridge, it probably doesn't work. Or is it 2 fridges? Looks like 2. Yeah, I haven't even looked around in here. Yeah, lots of fun ahead. We have not even been here a month yet. Just finished getting the last of our stuff here, minus the Suburban, a week and a half ago. And then not everybody, but a couple people have been sick. And Miles is only here on the weekends. So, yeah, we've got a lot to do. And this is the first time I've really walked around the whole property and really looked at it, you know. So, I'm excited. Everybody just loves it here. It's very peaceful, exciting. We have good neighbors so far. The ones that we've met seem really friendly. And we had met neighbors before we moved here because we bought the 43 acres over there. But this whole area just kind of seems like it's Cherokee territory. And it seems like for the most part, like there's a lot of poor families that live here. And it seems like most people have the concept of, you know, you don't bother me, I won't bother you. I'm here to help if you need it, but otherwise leave me alone. That's kind of our philosophy. Don't tread on me. I've seen that flag around here. The Gadsden flag. So, I'm just gonna conclude the tour because at this point I'll just be rambling. So, let's see if I can flip this thing around. Hey, I did it. Okay, so yeah, there's not really anything else to show or talk about. we have some plans. I'll show you what really fast what our plan is in the back of the house here. But I mean, that's pretty much it. Our 10 acres. And if I can find that video from 3 years ago of the 43 acres, it was basically just kind of walking around. But you know, some people might want to see it. Just to see what the terrain is like here. I love it. I love it so much. All right, here's the back of the house. So real quick, that is one of those portable buildings and that they added on a few years ago. And they did a pretty good job on the inside of making a seamless entry into it. So there's like a hallway. That right there is the hallway. And then that's the building, I guess. I was kind of pointing to the wrong one. That's the hallway. And this is the building that was added. That's the kitchen window. And so this building has become the laundry room. And so that we got the kitchen, the dining room is on the other side of the kitchen. This is the living room where we have a pellet stove insert. And then this is the first bedroom, bathroom in the middle, and my mom's master bedroom. What I would like to do is right here between the end of the kitchen counter and the stove, I want to put a door right there if we can. There might be a lot of electrical, but I would like to put a door right there. And there's a lot of space here to build. We also have a lot of rocks to use. So I'd like to maybe dig something out with the backhoe and line it with all these rocks that we can find around here for free. And possibly double the square footage of the house. Now, this is not going to be anything that we're going to do in the near future because we have a lot of stuff to do before we can get to that point, financially and time-wise and all that. There's just, you know, we've got to unpack everything first and get rid of stuff and figure out where to put what we're keeping and all of that. But I would like to add on here. Don't know how I'm going to connect all that yet, but I'd like to put a door over there and maybe come out to even with that building and build all the way down here and make it even with the end of the house. So plenty of room to add on here. And we could even go farther. We could go into the hill right here. Just move those boulders. Or not. I don't know. I like Mike Oler, I think is how you say his name. She's just getting over. She's got that. Oh my goodness. Lingering cough. Will not go away. She's the only one that's coughing. But anyway, I think his name is Mike Oler. The $50 and up underground house book. I like his method. I would like to do something like that right there. Kind of build into the hill. I don't know. We'll see. I got lots of ideas. Whether it will actually happen or not, maybe that's to see. But lots of ideas. Lots of natural resources here on our property. Plenty of water here as far as like living necessities. We have plenty of water.
I never realized that there was like a little pond here.
Yeah, they lined it with a big tarp.
With something under it.
Anyway, okay. I guess that'll conclude the tour. And I hope I didn't bore you to death. I hope I'm not rambling too much. God bless. Come back.